Can you hear me? Yes, I hear myself now.
Okay, hello?
Good morning. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. Today's date is October 18, 2023. The time is approximately 10:10 a.m. And we are on the record. I want to thank all you folks for showing up today. A lot more people were summoned to show up and they didn't, but you folks did. So I want you to know that the court appreciates that. Today's docket consists of the arraignment docket and the show cause docket. The arraignment docket, that means you're here for the first time to answer to your violation. The show cause docket, that's where you've already entered in a plea of guilty or no contest. You've been ordered to do something, you haven't done it, and now you're here before the court to answer why you haven't done what you were supposed to do. Some things I need to let you know. These proceedings are being conducted live on Zoom. They are also being broadcast live on the court's YouTube channel. This is a court of record, so that means that everything that's being said here today is being recorded in the court's in-house recording system. So when you speak, it's important that you verbalize everything. Yes, no, no uh-huhs or shaking of the head. It's important that you talk so everything can be recorded. Okay. That being said, I'm gonna let you know some things about the court. Every case that's heard in this court is a Class C misdemeanor. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in these cases. But an attorney could help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It's the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. I hope, does everyone understand these rights? Okay. Some other things I need to let you know. There are alternative means to payment. If you enter in a plea of guilty or no contest and I order a fine and court costs and you're unable to meet that financial obligation, there are other ways to do that. If you qualify and there's an application you fill out, you file it with the court, we then conduct a hearing to determine whether you are considered indigent under the law. If I find you indigent under the law, then I can do a number of things. I can put you on an extended payment plan, which means beyond 30 days. I can put you I can order you to do community service, or I can order you to do a combination of those things. The point being that just because you are unable to pay at this time, there are other ways to satisfy your obligations. If there are also consequences beyond this courtroom on certain charges, for instance, if you are charged with not having insurance and you are found guilty, you could be subject to surcharges from the state of Texas. If you have a question whether your particular charge may be subject to consequences beyond this courtroom, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest and a finding of guilt could affect your status in the United States. If you find yourself in that situation, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. So the way these proceedings are gonna go with regards to the arraignments, when I call your case, I ask you to please unmute your device. I'm then gonna ask you to raise your right hand, and then I'm gonna swear you in. After I swear you in, I'm gonna let you know what you're being charged with, and then I'm gonna ask you, how do you plead? You're gonna have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are basically the same thing in that I will find you guilty, and then we will go to the sentencing portion of your case. The difference between guilty and no contest is that when you plead no contest, what you're telling the court is that you're not saying you did it, you're not saying you didn't do it. You're just not contesting the matter. But what you're also telling the court is that there's enough evidence before the court at this time to substantiate a finding of guilt. If you plead not guilty, then your case is going to be set for a pretrial. At that pretrial, there will be an attorney here representing the state of Texas that you will have an opportunity to speak to. That attorney is the one who brings the case on behalf of the state of Texas. The prosecuting attorney is the one that files the documents charging you with whatever crime they are accusing you of. So therefore, the prosecuting attorney can do a number of things. He has the ability to try to negotiate a plea bargain agreement with you that he will then present to the court for approval. If he feels that it's warranted, he has the ability to recommend dismissal of the case, at which time he will submit a motion to dismiss for the court to consider. The point being is that me as the judge, I'm not the one who brings these charges. I don't have the ability to dismiss charges. The only time I can do anything on your case is if you're in trial and you choose to have the judge determine guilt or innocence, and if I listen to the evidence and I determine that the state didn't meet their burden, then I will issue a ruling of not guilty. If I feel that the state did meet their burden, then I will issue a ruling of guilty. But the prosecutor has a lot of things that he can do at his disposal. So meeting with the prosecutor is a good thing. It's a way to try to get your case resolved. If you are unable to resolve your case at that time, then your case will be set for trial. And it's going to be your choice whether you want a trial before the court or a trial before the jury. A trial before the jury, that means that you're going to have 6 people from the community listen to your case and determine your guilt or innocence. Okay? Are there any questions? All right. Then I'm going to call the docket. When you hear your case call, please unmute your device. And I will also need to see you. So if you have your device where I'm unable to see you at this time, you will need to make it where I can see you. Okay. Court calls cause number 23090000296, State of Texas versus Pamela Ann Gonzalez. Pamela Gonzalez. Court calls cause number 23090000271 and 23090000272, State of Texas versus Jesus Guardiola III.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Guardiola, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Jesus Guardiola Jr.?
Yes, sir.
The third, I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Guardiola, you are charged with a couple of offenses. And we're gonna go one by one here. You're charged with disregarding an official traffic control device, to wit, a stop sign. And you are charged with leaving the scene of an accident. Both alleged to have occurred on September 22nd, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As to the charge of disregarding an official traffic control device, to wit, a stop sign, alleged to have occurred on September 22nd, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
And as to the charge of leaving the scene of an accident alleged to have occurred on or about September 22nd, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Also no contest, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea of no contest on both charges. You had insurance, Mr. Guardiola?
Yes, sir.
Is your insurance company involved in this accident?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if they've paid for the damage to the vehicle yet?
I'm not sure on that, Your Honor. The vehicle that I was driving was it was my stepdad's, and it was under he has all the insurance and all that policy, but they have gotten a hold of me, and they have not followed up on me about that situation yet.
Okay, but there was insurance, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. With regards to the disregarding of a traffic control device, I'm going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition. I'm going to explain what that is in a minute.
Okay.
It's going to be a fine of $114.90, court costs of $150 for a total of $264.90. With regards to the leaving the scene of an accident, what happened there, Mr. Guardiola? Did you go home? What happened?
Yeah, I went home. Actually, I was down the street from home. When I wrecked into the person, I was kind of like shooken up, and I thought they drove off as well. So when I looked to my left, I was at the stop sign. I looked to my left, and I saw them to continue to drive away. So I drove away too as well. I went down the street, parked it at a buddy's house. I looked at the accident, looked at my vehicle. I got a hold of my mother, and I let her know what happened. And she's like, "Okay, well, I need you to come home." She followed up with another call saying that the cops had gotten there, saying that I left the scene. And from there, that's when we're here today talking.
Okay. All right. Well, you understand now, right? Anytime there's an accident, whether the other person leaves or not, you have to remain.
Yes, sir. I understand.
It's the law, and unfortunately, you it looks like you panicked and you left, but for people, and I hope you're never in that situation again.
Yes, sir. It was my first ever accident, and my driving record it's pretty good. I've never really, as far as little traffic violations here and there, but I've never actually gotten a wreck, so I didn't know how to how to address or how to go by that. But now I'm aware, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I'm also going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition. It's going to be a fine of $195.90 and cost of $134 for a total of $329.90. What deferred disposition means, Mr. Guardiola, is that in the 90 days, if you pay what I've asked you to pay and you don't get any other violations, okay?
Yes, sir.
Then the case will get dismissed, okay?
Okay.
Because there's an accident involved, Mr. Guardiola, I'm gonna order that you do the driving safety course program online.
Okay.
And that just has to be completed within the 90-day period, okay?
Yes, sir.
So total, you're looking at, almost $593, $95, somewhere like that. I know that's a big amount. Can you pay any of that today?
No, Your Honor.
Or what can you pay today? Anything at all?
No, I can't. I recently just got a new apartment, so all my money's kind of tied up, so I don't really have any money to pay right now.
Okay, tell me when you can.
Probably within the next probably like in 2 weeks, I could be able to pay something.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is in 2 weeks, you need to come give something down, okay?
Okay.
I would try to give at least $200 down.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to the end of the 90-day period to pay the rest of it.
Yes, sir.
Now, if that 90-day period comes and you're not paid in full and you haven't done that class, you have to come and contact the court, and they'll set you up to see me so you can tell me what's going on, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, where do you live, Mr. Guardiola?
I currently live at 7218 South Padre Island Drive.
Okay.
Apartment. I live in an apartment.
Okay, I need you at some point, either before 5 o'clock today, at the latest tomorrow, come by the Robstown Municipal Court. That's at City Hall, downtown Robstown, so you
Yes,
can
sir.
off on your plea paperwork. Okay.
Okay.
And this is for everybody else to please hear and understand also. What we do here today on Zoom, none of it matters unless you come and sign off on the paperwork. If you don't come and sign off on the paperwork, like I said, by 5 o'clock today or at the latest tomorrow, then a warrant for your arrest will go out. It will be as if you didn't even show up today, okay? So it's important that you do that. Now, if you're in a situation where you cannot physically make it to the municipal court, you call them up and they will make arrangements with you to email you the documents, so you can sign them and then send them back, okay? So just please understand that. All right. Okay, Mr. Guardiola, you have any questions?
Yes, do I have to go to it's gonna be at the clerk's office in the city hall?
It's in City Hall. You'll see where it says Robstown Municipal Court. You come there, there's some windows and the girls will have your file.
Okay, yes, that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do I remain on Zoom or?
No, I'm gonna remove you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm going by.
Okay. One of them.
Well, the fines, I go off the jacket,
Okay, good.
but I just go,
Yeah.
I go through this,
Okay, I've just fixed the bottom one.
so this is a failure to appear, then
Yes.
he showed up here. He appeared. All right. Okay, court calls 2309-0000935, State of Texas versus Michael Olguin. Michael Olguin. Court calls cause number 2309-0000298, State of Texas versus Juan Antonio Rocha Jr. Juan Antonio Rocha Jr. Court calls cause number 2309-0000297 and 2309-0000333, State of Texas versus Jesse Silva. Jesse Silva. Okay. So I believe the rest are show cause. Court calls cause number 2302-000. I'm sorry, 2302-001639. Thomas Aldridge. Thomas Aldridge. Court calls cause number 2302-000548. Conrado Perez III.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Perez.
Hello.
Okay, Mr. Perez, you're here on a show cause hearing. It looks back in April, I placed you on 90 days deferred disposition. Ordered you, I put you on fine and costs of almost $306. But I allowed you to do that by way of community service, 12 hours. I also ordered you to do a drug education course. You haven't done any of the hours.
Yes, I turned in a paper with about 12 hours. I turned it in to the lady with my file.
Hold on real quick, okay? Crystal, you want to come in here real quick?
I had not done the program, but I did do the 12 hours.
Okay, I'm seeing that you did do the 12 hours. So I need you to do the drug education course, Conrad.
Yes, I had made an account on the thing. I just need to get a gift card to purchase the lesson.
Because I'm telling you right now, you only have until October 23rd to do that. That's when 180 days. That's the longest I can extend this. So we're the 18th today. So you only have a few days to do that. Can you do that?
When's the soonest I could turn it in? Like, when will the court be open, so I can turn it in.
Okay, so look, the 23rd is on Monday, Conrad. So you have today, you have tomorrow, you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get it done. Okay.
You'll be open by when?
We'll be open today till 5, tomorrow till 5, Friday till 5, and Monday till 5.
Till 5. Okay.
Okay, so and you don't have to, if you get it done, you can email us a certificate. You don't even have to come in. Okay.
Okay. Could you send me your email?
Well,
some way.
get the course done, then call the court, and they'll get with you to get the document to them. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Conrad. You have until Monday to get it done.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Your excuse. What is that? So he already did this.
Yeah.
So the only thing he needed was the class.
Okay. No money.
Yes, ma'am. Court calls cause number 2302001190, State of Texas versus Crystal Rodriguez.
I'm here.
Crystal, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. All right, Crystal, it looks like back in June 12th of 2023, you entered a plea of guilty. I ordered 90 days deferred disposition, ordered a fine of $215, cost of $76, for a total of $291 to be due in 90 days. And I ordered you to do an anger management course. It looks like you paid something because you owe $240. And have you done the course yet, Crystal?
No, sir.
Okay, so you need to do that course also. So you're still within time where I can give you an extension, okay?
Okay.
So earlier y'all heard me say 180 days. Under the law, when I place you on deferred disposition, and remember that's a good program because if you do what I ask you to do, it gets dismissed, right?
Correct.
But I can only have that program for 180 days. I can't extend it beyond that. So your 180 days, Crystal, is December 8th, 2023. But I don't want to give you till December 8th because I don't want December 8th to show up and then I see you in my courtroom again and I'm like, what happened, Crystal? And I'm looking to see if I can extend you and then my hands are tied, okay? So what I'm going to do, Crystal, I'm going to give you till November 8th, okay? To get this done. And that's probably about 3 weeks. But at least then I still have 30 days to extend it if I have to. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, with regards to the fine on the money, now, remember, if you don't have means to pay, remember how I talked about there are other ways to do it?
Yes.
You need to contact the court. They'll send you that application, you fill it out. You know, I don't know if you're working right now or not, or what your financial situation is, but we can definitely help you out if you're in a situation where you're unable to pay. But I need to have the documentation to be able to do that. Okay.
I actually did turn that in a few days. It was the same week of September 11th. I turned it in and she told me she would get a hold of, the clerk told me she would get a hold of you. And I never heard back until I got the letter for court.
Okay, let's look here, okay? But if it's here, then we can go forward on it. Crystal, can you check the system? I'm not seeing that application in here.
Yes, Judge, I'll check.
And while she checks that, Ms. Rodriguez, the anger management course, I still need you to do that, okay?
Of course.
So with regards to that, right now, I'm gonna give you till the 8th day of November to get that completed. Remember, you can do that online, okay?
Yes, I can definitely get that done. Because the money situation, that is kind of my problem. The end of June, 2 weeks after the court, I actually got an apartment. And so the expenses has taken everything that my mother had. She was going to help me with the money. And now I received TANF, so I can make payments on it. But honestly, there's no way I can have it paid off within 1 month.
You have,
The class I can definitely get done by November 8th.
okay. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, I have your application here and I'm looking at it and it looks like you're not employed at this time. Is that correct?
Correct.
Your only source of income is $283 a month?
Well, they extended it to 305 for November is the first month that starts.
Okay, but that's your only source of income at this time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and everything in this application is true and correct, and best of your knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, so I have your application. So what I'm gonna do, Ms. Rodriguez, with regards to the outstanding fines and court costs that are remaining of $240, I'm gonna allow you to do that by way of community service, okay?
Okay.
And that's going to be, I'll tell you the hours here in a minute. Ten hours community service.
10 hours?
10 hours. And you can do that at any nonprofit organization. Where do you live?
I live here in Robstown.
Okay, so I know animal control always needs help. That's a good way to knock it out. If you're a member of a local church, you can do your community service hours at a church. Pretty much any nonprofit organization, any governmental entity, you can do your community service hours there. Some people go to Corpus and they'll do them at the food bank. It's just up to you, okay? It just has to be a nonprofit or governmental entity where you do your service, okay?
Okay. Do they like write a letter saying I did the hours, or how do I get proof?
You're gonna need to come by the Robstown Municipal Court today or later tomorrow. They'll give you the documents where you mark down your hours and the document that they need to sign, okay?
Okay.
All right, you have any questions, Mr. Rodriguez?
No, sir.
Okay, and I'm gonna give you, once again, it's gonna be the same thing until November 8th. If you haven't finished those hours by the 8th, you need to come and tell the court that you need more time. And then I still have some flexible time that I can give you until December, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cause number 2207002208, 2207003904, and 2207002349, State of Texas versus Jessica Ann Velasquez. Jessica Ann Velasquez.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So I hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
You are Jessica Ann Velasquez.
Yes.
Ms. Velasquez, it looks like you have a number of some old cases.
Yeah, I was waiting to do a payment plan, and I turned in the paperwork and everything, but there was that one that it was a failure to appear, the very first one, and the only reason that I didn't even go to is because when I received that that notice, it was up for the same date. Like I was like, how could I be there if I'm just getting this now? So it was strange. But anyway, yeah, so that's why, I mean, I try to take care of my stuff, but yeah, I was waiting, and
Okay, but Ms. Velasquez, all right, I'm gonna address your case here in just a minute because I got a number of things. Let me just get this other individual done.
Sure.
And then we'll deal with your stuff, okay?
okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll finish calling the docket. Court calls 302-000-884, State of Texas versus Jaden Cantu. Jaden Cantu.
He should be here this afternoon, Judge, at 3.
Oh, these are the minors. Okay.
Yes, but I see there's another one. I just don't know if he's a minor as well.
Isaac, is that Isaac?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Isaac, you were supposed to show up at 3, but we have you on now. I need to see your face, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, Isaac, let me see here. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are Isaac Cantu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Cantu, it looks like back in June, I put you on deferred disposition for 90 days and ask you to do a number of things and to pay a number of things. And that has not been done yet. Let me see here. Crystal, is it just that he owes these fines?
I believe so. Hold on.
Isaac, how old are you, Isaac?
I'm 17 now, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna allow you to do this by way of community service, the fines and court costs, okay?
Yes, sir.
So are these amounts accurate, Crystal?
Yes, Judge.
So he owes 1,036 in fines and court costs. So what that translates into, Mr. Cantu, is 41 hours of community service. I can give you until December 8th to do that. Are you going to school?
Yes, sir.
You go to Robson High School?
Yes, sir.
You can do those hours by going to tutoring. All right, that's one way to knock it out. You can, do we need help here? You can also, after school, you can come here to the municipal court and we can have you help us here at the court and you can knock out your hours that way.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
By any chance, can I do like some payments every now and then, or no?
I mean, you can do some payments too. But as a student, I mean, I would take advantage of doing the tutoring or doing the community service, because that's a lot of money that I'm sure that you could be using it for something else. Okay, it's going to be up to you. I'm going to extend this and I'm going to order that you're allowed to do it by way of community service. But if you come and give some money, we'll deduct that and give you credit for it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Where would I be able to get the paper for the community hours?
Yeah, just come by the Robstown Municipal Court today before 5 or tomorrow before 5 when you get out of school.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're excused. How many hours did I say? This went with Guardiola. Yeah, and so I don't get this. Crystal reviews.
Yes.
um, Okay, with regards to this one, she's got a bunch of them, but she just did one cause.
Mhm.
Are they already adjudicated? In other words, do we have orders? Do we have final judgments on these?
No. I think we have final judgment on this.
Ms. Velasquez,
Yes, sir.
okay, what are you doing? You don't have a job right now, Ms. Velasquez?
Right now, no, I have an interview tomorrow. But I don't. I was doing home health, and the patient unfortunately passed away. But yeah, and like I said, I have an interview tomorrow in Corpus, but as of now, I'm not working.
Okay. Are you capable of doing community service?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do on all of these, on the ones that were on deferred, I can't keep you on deferred anymore, Ms. Fabiola. I think I made that determination back in June. You're gonna get convictions on these because you do them in the time that you were supposed to. Crystal. Can you
Yes,
hear me?
Judge. Yes.
On 2207-002208 and 2207-003904, have she entered a plea on those yet?
Let me check. Sorry, my computer, it's going a little slow here, Judge. It keeps on stopping over here. No, Judge.
He hasn't entered a plea on those.
No, Judge.
Stuff I need to know because
One was for an arraignment and the other one was for show cause.
okay, Ms. Velasquez. You've got a charge here where you didn't appear. Ms.
That's,
Velasquez? Okay, you turned off your camera.
I'm trying to hang on. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I need to arraign you on this charge, okay?
Okay. Yeah, because I really, I mean, I really want to get this um, behind me.
Okay, Ms. Velasquez, in cause number 2207002208, you are charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged July 22nd, 2022 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. You had in possession needles used for heroin. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, I am.
You understand it?
I do.
As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia on or about July 22nd, 2022 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
And as to the charge of failing to appear on or about November 23rd, 2022, County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Well, I mean, no contest. I guess, like I said, I was very concerned with that.
Okay, Ms. Velasquez. So this job that you're trying to get, you find out tomorrow?
Well, I have the interview tomorrow at 4:15. And it's in Corpus. So I'll know after that.
And you live in Robstown?
I do. Yes, sir.
Okay. Both these charges were for possession of drug paraphernalia, Ms. Velasquez. It's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, there's kind of a pattern there. Are you doing something to address that?
Yes. Yes.
All
Yes.
right, Ms. Velasquez. On the possession of drug paraphernalia, I'm gonna place you on 90 days deferred, okay? I want to help you out.
Thank you, sir.
But I put you on that the last time and you didn't do anything. I need you to do
Yeah,
something.
I'm sorry. I do want to take care of this, so I will definitely do it, whatever I need to do.
And this one, I'm also on the failure to appear 90 days deferred disposition. On the possession of drug paraphernalia, it's a fine of $230. I'm gonna lower that to $100, Ms. Velasquez.
Thank you, sir.
I want to try to help you out. The costs are more than this. The cost I can't do anything about. That's $239.30.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And then on the failure to appear, I'm gonna do a fine of $50 instead of $135,
Okay, thank you.
and the cost of $217.30. I also want you to do a drug awareness course, Ms. Velasquez, online. You have to do that.
Oh, yes, sir, I will.
So you're gonna have 90 days to pay this off. If you don't get this job, then you need to contact the court. It's an application you can fill out, like the one you already did.
Mhm.
But I need to know your new information. Okay?
Yes,
So we can address that. On the other one, on the other case, Ms. Velasquez,
Mhm.
I'm gonna waive the $311. You're done with that one.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I don't want you to have to worry about, you're done with that one. But this new one, I want you to take responsibility. I want you to do your class. If you're able to pay something, great. If you're not, let us know so we can, you know, have you do community service. Because I want you to be successful. I want you to get your life going.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just make sure you come by the court before 5 today or at the latest tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thank you
All
so much.
Yes, ma'am. Crystal, you want to come in here? So this takes care of this. I waived that finding court cost.
Okay.
Now this,
That one. Mhm.
yeah. He's unable, like I told you, heard me.
Yes,
Then we'll, we'll have her do community service.
I see. You did lower the fine also.
Yeah,
so-
I did. So we need
Yeah.
to do that. Okay. So who do I have out there now? Who's this Ruben Pena? I always get one that has like a shitload. What's he
Okay.
here for?
Um,
I'm gonna do him last. Here, take this with you because I'm not gonna deal with these kids.
Okay.
And we have who?
These are motions, right?
Yeah. I have Ray.
And then
And then what happened with
the
Miss?
county courts, they're gonna pay their fines.
Okay. Yeah. No, if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they can find them again, or they can, okay. Yeah, go ahead and have Mr. Gonzalez come in. Gonzalez. Let me see, court calls number 23020012002. State of Texas versus Ray Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Gonzalez, you're here on a show cause hearing where you were ordered on June 12, 2023 to 90 days deferred disposition, a fine of $265, cost of $81 for a total of $346. I gave you 90 days to pay that off. You haven't paid anything on that. You have since submitted an application for payment extension, community service, and I got that application in my hand. Is everything in this application true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And is that your signature on the back of that? Okay, Mr. Gonzalez. It shows here that you got bills of about $1,875 a month. And you're making about $2,340 a month. So I get that, Mr. Gonzalez, pero I mean, I gave you 90 days to do this for you, and the reason I do that is like, I know, I mean, this is $346 in 90 days. You give 50 here, you give 50 there. That's why I try to help people out. And really this type of program is for people that don't have a job. People that when I look at it, it's like their bills are right up there with what they're bringing home. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I got to find that you're unable to pay to do. It's not it's not like, oh, you get to do community service or you get to pay. If you have a means to pay, then then of course we want you to pay. Now I can try to help you out though. Well, you have, I, I can extend you, like, on, when I place you on deferred disposition, I do that to try to help people out, right? Because on that program, if you pay what I ask you to pay and you do what I ask you to do, the case gets dismissed and it doesn't count against you for when you're trying to get insurance, right? But I only have 180 days to work with. Like, I can't place anybody beyond 180 days. Your 180 days, you're still within the time. Let me see when it's up. Your 180 days is up December 8th. So in roughly 2 months, what I can do, Mr. Gonzalez, I can have you do half of community service and then pay the remainder. Let me see here. The library right here. Yes, sir. You have a job. Pretty much. You know. Maybe. Well, it's up to you. I don't order you to go. You have to go find it. You can talk to the girls up front if they have something. You live in Robstown? I mean, you can talk to Keach again if you want, to the library. You know, any local church that'll accept you, that's fine, so long as it's a nonprofit or a governmental entity. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow you to do 100 of the 346. I'm gonna allow you to do $100 of that in community service. So you'll only owe 246. Okay. And the 246, it's gonna be due by December 8th. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on real quick. I'm gonna allow you to do $246 in community service. That's 10 hours. That's 10 hours of community service. Then you'll owe $100. Okay. That way we'll. Yeah. They don't do that. We're not allowed to do that by law. Other things we can, like if you don't have inspection or if you got a busted tail light or something, we're allowed to do that. That was Judge Barrera. No, she's alive and well, thank God. She's just not the judge no more. Her husband was Blackie. The cop, Chris, that he's the only Solis I know. Can you pay the $100 today? How much can you pay today? Mr. Gonzalez, I'm trying to help you out here, man. You gotta help me too, you know, like I'm giving you a deal that's a really good deal. And I want to be, okay, I need 20 today, and then I need that 100 paid in 30 days. Okay, and that way we're not worried about the money anymore. And now you got to do your hours. Okay. Okay, if you go to the front windows, they'll take care of you, Mr. Gonzalez. Yes, sir. Yeah, hold on. Before she comes in, can you tell me what we're doing here? These were at the back of this.
Okay, these are his fees. This is gonna pay, but they're public intoxication. This is gonna be.
On none of these.
So they went straight, he's on one side, all. He had 3 or 4 old ones. And the police officer is in here, so we have over here for every. To try to.
Is this guy still here? Dusick?
Um,
I didn't try to reduce. Which one's he?
because we asked one of the officers that was here. That we did. But yeah. So they're all the same. Except for the one.
Yeah, I'm coming.
And these are his pleas. I printed them out because we thought we were gonna be able to, and I looked at the,
Okay,
so those are for me, for him to sign.
okay, well, y'all hold on, because he's gonna go to the front to sign those. Step back a little bit, or right there. That's good. All right, court calls number 191-100-7149, 191-100-7150, 200-200-738, 210-700-1514, 211-200-2920, 211-200-3302, and 2206-001730, State of Texas versus Ruben Peña. Mr. Peña, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So I hope you got it. Okay, you can put your hand down. You are, is it Ruben Peña the third? Ruben A. Peña, yes, sir. All right, Mr. Peña, you're here on a bunch of violations that you need to enter pleas to. We're gonna go with the oldest ones first. There's more than this, you know that, right? And those are being presented to the prosecutor because those police officers are no longer around. Not, it would have been a lot more. Start off with this particular citation that occurred in 2019. You are charged with failing to drive in a single lane, driving with an open container. Those are alleged to have occurred on November 24th, 2019 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. And then you have a violation of promise to appear on December 9th, 2019 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of those charges, Mr. Pena? I mean, you're aware that you're being charged with that. Okay, you understand them? Let's go one by one. As to failing to drive in a single lane, alleged to have occurred on November 24th, 2019 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead? Or you know what? You were outside, so I have to tell you certain things, okay? Every case that's heard in this court is a Class C misdemeanor. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in these cases. But an attorney can help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It's the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you stand there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. You understand these rights? Okay, some other things I need to let you know, Mr. Pena, is there are alternative means to payment. If you find yourself in a situation where you're not able to pay the fine and court cost, if I order that, there's an application you can fill out. And if I find under the law that you are indigent, I can do a number of things from putting you on an extended payment plan to having you do community service to doing a combination of those things, okay? Okay, well, there's an application. I'm gonna order all this stuff. There's an application you're gonna have to fill out. It's gonna ask for all your financial information. It's gonna talk about, you know, if you're working right now, how much you make, what your bills are, right? We gotta look at all that stuff. And then if I find that you're indigent, then I can do something to help you out. Yeah, if you plead guilty or no contest, and I'm gonna let me finish explaining, and then you can ask me questions, okay? So if you find yourself in that situation, and I find that you are indigent, I can help you out that way, okay? If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could affect your status in the United States. If you find yourself in that situation, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. Finally, there are certain charges that could have adverse effects or consequences beyond this courtroom. For instance, not having insurance could result in surcharges from the state of Texas. If you have a question whether your particular charges have consequences beyond this courtroom, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney, okay? So what I'm gonna do, as I did right now, Mr. Pena, after I tell you what you're being charged with, I'm gonna ask you, how do you plead? You're gonna have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are basically the same thing. The only difference is that when you plead no contest, what you're telling the court is that you're not saying you did it, you're not saying you didn't do it. You're just not contesting it, okay? But what you are telling the court is that there's enough evidence before the court where I can substantiate a finding of guilt. The other difference is that when you plead no contest, they can't use that in a civil proceeding. Say if, for instance, someone wants to sue you in civil court, they wouldn't be able to use this to prove that you were liable, okay? But if you plead guilty, they can try to use that, okay? If you plead not guilty, then the case is gonna be set for a pretrial. There will be a prosecutor present that you'll be able to speak to regarding your case. And I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Pena, like, you have all these cases. I don't know if you've ever been to court before on anything, but the prosecutor is able to negotiate with you. And what a prosecutor sometimes does is says, you know what, if you plea on these cases, I'll dismiss these cases. You know, there's a number of things that he can do. because he's the one bringing the case on behalf of the state of Texas. So, just because you plead not guilty on the case doesn't mean you can't change your plea at a later date. Okay. So if you're unable to resolve your case with the prosecutor at that time, then you'll be set for trial, and that trial will either be in front of a judge or in front of a jury. Okay, you have any questions? Okay, all right. As to the charge of failing to drive in a single lane, how do you plead? As to the charge of open container, how do you plead? And as to the charge of violation of promise to appear, how do you plead? Court will accept your plea of no contest on all three charges. We'll get back to what I'm going to order in just a minute. Let's get to the other cases first. All right. In cause number 2107-001514 and 2112-002920, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication that is alleged to have occurred on or about June 27, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge? And in cause number 211-2002920, you are charged with failing to appear on June 28, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Yeah, failing to appear. So you're pleading guilty to both those charges? Let's go to the final case. This is the most recent one. Mr. Peña. In cause number 211-2003302, you are charged with the offense of once again public intoxication alleged to have occurred on or about December 24th, 2021 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge? Yeah, I'll tell you here in a minute. It says here on December 24th, 2021, it was Christmas Eve. The officer pulled up to Whataburger to investigate an intoxicated subject. So you recall that one? Okay. So you realize they could have charged you with DWI, right? So you're aware of that incident, right? And then related to that incident, there was a failure to appear on January 26, 2022. You're going to plead guilty to both those charges? Well, I mean, you have a choice. But it doesn't matter if you plead no contest or guilty. I still find you guilty. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a minute, okay? All right, so that takes care of all of these. Okay, Mr. Pena, we're gonna address the first ones we went through. So where things start to get accumulate is like when you don't show up, the court costs, right? All those fines and fees, all the costs start to accumulate. The fine stays the same. Are you currently working? Who do you work for? How long you been with? 7 years. And what do you do for 'em? And how much do you make a month?
That's just roughly that's not coming gas, food, necessity,
All that stuff you're gonna put on that application, okay? And then we can figure out if we can put you on deferred, okay? But what I am gonna do is on some of these, I'm gonna lower the fines. So on this particular one, the fine is $114.90. I mean, I can't lower it a lot. I'm gonna lower it to $100 even. The costs still remain $228.30. Like I said, I can't do anything about the costs. On the open container, the fine, I'm gonna lower it from $209.90 to $100. Costs stay the same at $207.40. And on the violation of promise to appear, the fine, I'm gonna lower it from $105 to $75. Cost of $169, okay? I'm also gonna place you on 90 days deferred disposition. Actually, for you, Ruben, I'm gonna do 120 days because that'll give you more time to pay it. So what would be good is like every time you get paid, come give something, okay? Yeah. On this one, on the public intoxication, it's also going to be 90 days deferred on all of them. I mean, 120 days deferred. The fine is $230. Ruben, I'm going to lower it to $130, taking $100 off of that. Costs are $252.30. And then on the failure to appear, I'm going to lower that to $75 from $135. Costs are $217.30. And then on this public intoxication, the fine is $230. I'm gonna lower it to $130, okay? Cost $252.30. And then on the failure to appear, once again, I'm gonna lower it to $75 from $135. But the costs are $217.30. And we were on 90 days deferred on these also. I mean, 120 days deferred. So I'm trying to help you out. Okay, I'm trying to help you out, Mr. Pena. It looks like, you know, you got a good job. You know, it looks like you're doing well right now. You know, you gotta keep that up. Normally on these intoxication type cases, I order that you do an alcohol awareness course. I'm not gonna do it for you because it looks like you're working, you know, you seem to be doing good. I haven't seen you get another one of these in over a year. Yeah. I mean, you got to just stay on the straight and narrow. I'm going to try to help you out. If you get that application, because you're working, I can tell you right now, like I won't be doing community service hours, but I might be able to help you some other way. No, I wish I get my kids to do it too. But I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Okay. All right. If you go to the front windows, they'll have you sign off on the paperwork. Yes, sir. Thank you. Time is 11:35 a.m. and we're off the record.